Okay, you guys, I'm ready to start. Oh, my water's over there. Just give me 1 second. My agua es muy importante. Okay, obviously I bring this video because a lot of tea to spill, girl. This is my high school. Part 3 in the epic saga that is my life. My fabulous life. Okay, let's just get into it, you guys. So last we left off, it was 2000 and, what year was it? 2004. 2004. Oh my god, drama. No, I'm kidding. 2004. So, yeah, 2004. Just making sure you guys are straight. Well, I'm not straight, but... Oh, speaking of straight, I forgot to talk about my coming out in middle school. Duh, like the most important thing I forgot about to mention in middle school years. Okay, so basically what happened, so we're gonna do little additions from the middle school to now. So basically in 7th grade I came out. I finally realized that I was gay. Well, I admitted to myself, I kind of knew the whole time. But then, yeah, I just told my parents, they were great, and that's about it. Everything was good. I know, not really eventful, because they were like really good about it. I mean, they always told me that, you know, we'll accept you no matter who you are, whatever. And so I knew I'll be fine with them, but I still cried. It was emotional, whatever. Anyway, and that was in 2002. So now back to high school. Okay. So in 2004, I was lonely. I wanted a high school experience. So my parents found this school in New York called, I'll just say it, I don't care, Harvey Milk. It was named after this really, really cool gay advocate in San Francisco. You can look it up if you haven't already. He was unfortunately killed and it was horrible. But anyway, but he's an icon. And the name is iconic, but the school, in my opinion, was shit. Okay, and I'll tell you why. So it was a public school in, like, I'm not gonna say where, but it's a public school in New York. Maybe it's changed for the better now, but back when I went there, which was 2004 to 2005, I had a horrible time. Like, the worst experience in my whole life. Even a worse experience than my whole childhood and middle school years, and that was pretty bad. If you haven't seen those videos, go check out those out too. My childhood and my middle school years. Anyway, so in 2004, it wasn't working out. So my parents decided to move. I always tell people that my dad had a job opportunity in New York, but that's a lie. We moved there for that school for a year. Yeah. So we got an apartment in the West Village for a year. I moved there. I thought, oh my god, it's gonna be a school, all LGBT kids. I'll be accepted. It'll be great. We can go shopping and talk about boys and be really cute. And I was 15 at the time, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna meet all these cool kids from New York City. And it's gonna be so awesome. And of course, I visited before, so I was like, and I loved New York. You know, I felt like a New York City kid. Oh my god, it couldn't have been the opposite experience for me. So, everything was good. I got in everything. We moved there, fall 2004. I walk in there. I see all these like tall girls. I'm like, oh wow, there are a lot of tall girls here. Little did I know that they were trannies, girl. But I didn't know what tranny was. Really, I didn't really have an experience. So. The cool thing was I got to experiment with cross-dressing and everything in that school. So that was the one good thing about that school. The bad thing is those kids, they ended up picking on me even worse than the other kids did. You know, the more affluent kids in my, you know, that I grew up with. And this is not 9th grade. So the reason why I went to 9th grade is I didn't ever pass 8th grade because yeah. But they just ended up saying screw it and they put me into 9th. Lucky, otherwise I'd still be in 8th. Because I still didn't pass the credits to get to 8th after 2 years, I know. Yeah, anyway. So I was put into 9th and this is where we start high school years. So ninth grade was in this school. And yeah, it was a ghetto school. Everybody was ghetto and poor. The only rich kids was, I guess you could say me, if you want to say I was a rich kid. And this, I guess you can say guy, because he identified himself as a guy at the time, Nikki. We were the only two, like, I guess you could say rich kids, I guess you want to call it. They called me rich. I wouldn't say I'm rich. I mean, I had an apartment in West Village, so I guess, I mean, compared to them, yeah, I was. Compared to them, because they were poor and ghetto. They lived in, like, Harlem and, like, the Bronx and the projects, and, yeah, they were ghetto. But they were gay, and they were, you know, lesbian, and they were trans and all that stuff, which is, no. And that's my lesson. I learned that LGBT people are even meaner than straight people. Yeah, and that's my first lesson into that. I thought, oh, gays would be so much fun. We'll just go shopping and it'll be all nice and we'll all like accept each other, right? Because we're all gay. No. No. So anyway, so the bullying was just horrendous. They made fun of my acne, my glasses. I started wearing wigs and women's clothing and I loved it. It was so much fun. I was like, oh, I can finally do this and it's so cool. And I didn't feel judged for that. They made fun of my weight. They said, oh, you have a gut. You need to lose your gut. They said I acted white. I mean, compared to them, yeah, they were all ghetto. So yeah, they had a point. But I never knew what acting white was. But they said, why do you act like a white girl? Why do you act like a white girl? So I never got that before until that school. They told me, so I was the rich kid. They made fun of me because I was rich. I'm not, but I'm saying, so they called me rich kid. I act like a white kid. So again, I went to another place. I didn't fit in. Odd one out. They picked on me. They used to yank my wig off in the cafeteria and laugh multiple times. They embarrassed me. I had one friend, and we were cool, but that didn't last very long. Like I said, Nikki. And I had another friend, Cecil, and he was really nice. And then I had another friend, but then Tammy, but she turned on me for some reason. I don't know why. Just midway through the year, she just stopped talking to me and she started hating me. I don't know why. Sorry, not she. Everyone else just didn't like me. Let me just fix these little light things. Everyone else just didn't like me. I don't know. There was this one woman, or tranny, well, I'll say, a tranny isn't the right term, transgender person. Her name was, is this lighting good? I feel the lighting's too bright. Whatever, fuck it. It's the lighting we have. It's working, okay. Her name was Tanea. I'm saying names, I don't give a shit anymore. Her name was Tanea. And I'm not twitching, I'm just kind of like making sure I'm in frame because I have this OCD thing that everything has to be centered. I'm a weird, okay. On both sides. So she was nice to me in the beginning. She kind of ignored me for the first maybe few weeks, and then she was cool. She kind of, I don't know, she was ghetto, but she kind of liked the whole like white girl thing that I was doing, I guess, whatever. So we were cool. She tried to help me. I thought she was my friend. She tried to get me like a wig and a weave and stuff like that. So she ended up getting me a wig. But fast forward this, because I don't want this video to be like an hour long. Fast forward, she ended up stealing from me twice. Lying to my face about it. Lying to my face about other things too. She turned out to be a horrible friend. I immediately wanted to go back, but we couldn't. We signed a year lease, I think, or a year... Okay, traffic. That's at my house. But a year lease, I guess, for that house. So we couldn't leave until, I think, May or June. I think June. Yeah, so we signed, not a year, but like 9-month lease, something like that. So we were stuck there until, my parents didn't want to like fork up all the money to leave. So they were like, we're here until June. So I had to be stuck in that school. So instead, I had my hopes up. And what hurt the most was these were people who were LGBT people making fun of me. People that I thought would be inclusive and awesome and welcoming, and they weren't. I ended up seeing the school counselor. That helped a little bit, but not really. Nikki, we were cool for a while. She lived in Long Island, and she would commute like 2 hours each way. after a few months, she just stopped coming because she was always late and there was too much traveling for her, so she stopped coming. And then I just ended up, long story short, I ended up just skipping days and not doing well, and anyway, it wasn't a good experience. I ended up gaining more weight because I would eat, come home and eat. I'd go to the local McDonald's and just go home and eat to cope with it, and it sucked. So at my 16th birthday, I had no friends, and I had a shitty 16th birthday, but I made up on my 18th birthday. We'll get to that later. Anyway, so another shitty year. But I promise this will be better, right? So here we go. So that's why I'm fast going through all this, so here's the good parts. Okay. So another shitty year. 9th grade was bad. Then in 2005, so it's 2004, 2005. So 2005, we finally ended up moving back to Houston after being a year in New York. June 2015, oh my god, I keep saying 15, sorry, 2005. June 2005, we moved back to Houston after a year being in New York. Ugh. After that experience, I ended up hating New York for years. They put a sour dampen to New York. Now I love New York again. But for years, I could not even, I hated New York because of that experience. It was so bad for me. And I got really depressed, and it just kind of put me, it did the opposite for me. Instead of making me, it just made me just 10 times more depressed and more hating the world and hating people and being a bitter bitch. And okay. I'd also had seen the movie Mean Girls, and and that gave me confidence to finally be who I am and be sassy and fierce. A year prior, and I would watch that movie every day after school, and I memorized all the lines, and I was obsessed with that movie for about a year, so 2004, 2005. And I wanted to dress like them and act them, and I wanted to be popular so bad. I wanted to be the popular girl in school, the popular guy in school for so long. And I always idolized the popular kids. That's one thing I didn't mention in the last couple of videos, but I did. But I never could be because I was always a loser. Compared to everyone else. I wasn't a loser, but to everyone else I was. So, but I always had it in me to be popular, but it just never happened because no one gave me a chance. So in 2005, after that experience, I was like, okay, fuck this. I tried school, private schools didn't work. I tried public school. I tried an all LGBT school. That didn't work. I'm done. I was even more scarred about school, so I was like, I'm going back to homeschooling. It's lonely, but I need to just recoup my losses. So I went back to the same place and got tutored by this woman and lady, and that went well. 2005, 2006, but I hadn't completed 9th grade because I just didn't complete 9th grade. I think I ended up leaving a bit early or something, or I didn't finish or something happened, so I was still 9th grade. So we had to finish the whole calendar year of 2005, just finishing up and getting the credits for 9th grade, sending it back to the school, and they approved it and they passed me for 9th grade. So finally, that's 2005, back in Houston. In 2006, we started working on sophomore work. So 2006, that was a slow process, so I kind of maybe got a little bit into sophomore work. And then finally, summer of 2006, of the homeschooling, I was like, okay, I'm lonely, this is not working. Parents said, well, why don't we try this Montessori, because I used to go to Montessori school. I didn't say this. Some of my schools in my childhood were Montessori. My kindergarten, first grades, I think 3rd grade was Montessori. A lot of my schools when I grew up in Houston were all Montessori. And look, you can Google it if you know what Montessori is. It's like kind of like private of the private school, but it's like a different way of learning. So summer 2006, my parents found this school called, and I'll just say it, School of the Woods. Summer 2006, and we ended up checking up into it, and it was a small school, and I was like, I didn't know much about it, but I knew it was a small school, like 80 kids. I was like, you know what? It's a small private school. Maybe they're all just a bunch of goody-goody two-shoes. Maybe they'll just leave me alone. You know, they obviously are wealthy, you know, because you have to pay a certain amount of money to get in there. They'll maybe just be some goody two-shoes. They'll just smile and get through it for 3 years and have a high school experience and just move on. and be done with this and just, be done with this school experience. So I was like, you know, fuck it. It's worth a shot. Fuck it. My last shot. You know, put all the cards on the table, one and done. After this, I'm done. But it's worth a try because I was just so lonely being homeschooled that another year. I was like, I couldn't. At this point, I was 17, still a freshman. I graduated first. I was a sophomore. I hadn't finished sophomore at work. So we went to the interview. They said, well, you don't have enough credits to be a junior because you hadn't finished sophomore, so they put me as a sophomore again instead of a junior. So that's why I was 2 years behind. So the first year was doing 8th grade again and whatever. Second time was in finish, whatever, you get the point. So now this is summer 2006. I'm now going to be a sophomore again, 2006, 2007, instead of a junior. Or actually instead of a senior because I should have graduated in 2007. But anyway. So I was 17 and I'm going to be a sophomore again. And I was like, fine, whatever. 3 years, I'll be done with this. I didn't like school, but I thought, okay. Honestly, a part of me wanted to be a high school dropout at 16. But 16 is the age you can legally drop out without them coming after you, you know? Or your parents, you know? So I was like, then I said, whatever. I'll try this one last time and I'll just be over it if it doesn't work out. So, school starts. Well, no, a few weeks before school starts. I'm like, okay, this is an all-new school. No one knows me. It's my brand new start. I'm finally going to be the bitch diva that I've always wanted to be. I was 17. I'd watched Mean Girls about 200 times. Cruel Intentions, all these movies I've grown up on. I was like, you know what? It's now or never. I am not going to another school with acne and glasses and I'm going to be picked on again. I'm going to pretend that I'm a bitch. Well, not pretend I am, but I'm going to be who I've always wanted to be. I'm going to be a popular girl. Be popular, be fierce, have an attitude, work it, and people are going to just... I'm going to be me, no matter what. One thing I didn't say, in 2005, when I came back to Houston, I finally took Accutane. And I had horrible acne for years. And in 2005 and 2006, all my acne disappeared with the Accutane. Oh my god. So, people say, oh, it makes you depressed. Well, I was already depressed. I didn't know the fucking difference, to be honest. My acne was gone. Still had glasses. Still had longer hair. I was like, fuck it. So I cut my hair, I put highlights in it, I got contacts, got rid of the glasses finally, went shopping, got some new clothes. I decided to have my attitude. I'm like, I'm gonna go in there, have attitude, be fierce, be fabulous, let my true self shine. And the first day, sophomore year, 2006, I did that. I was fabulous, fierce, sassy. I was 17 years old. I was old enough to be a senior, so the seniors ended up loving me. The senior girls, I was friends with the senior girls. The senior guys were cool with me. I was friends with the juniors. I was friends with sophomores because they were in my class. And the freshmen and sophomore had classes together. So I basically was friends with everybody. We were cool. Everyone was really cool in the beginning. Everyone was really nice and welcoming and cool. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. Couldn't be happier. And this is where things turn around. So, yeah, I guess I become like the token gay popular guy because I'm the only one who's out, openly gay in a school. Looking back, there were a lot of closet cases in that school. I mean, I kind of knew then, but whatever. It wasn't my place to out anybody. Fuck it. Okay. This next portion of the story could be its own entire story time, and okay. I'm just going to do the short version of this. But if you want the long version of this, let me know in the comments below and I might do another separate story time just on this, because this could be its own story time. but I'm gonna do brief because this portion is high school and college. It ends in college, but it starts now. I end up having a crush on this guy. I'm just gonna say his name, Scott. I won't say his last name though, but his first name, Scott. He was a junior, I was a sophomore, but we were the same age because he was held back 1 year and I was held back 2 years. So he was 17-year-old junior and I was a 17-year-old sophomore. Okay. So I started liking him, he liked me, but he was in the closet. Well, I don't know what he was now, but whatever. Looking back, but okay, he was closeted, and long story short, he ended up playing me for a fool, didn't know what he wanted, you know, and he kind of, through 2 years of high school, because he was a year ahead of me, you know, so for the first 2 years I was there, because I was there for 3 years, 10th, 11th, 12th. To my 10th and 11th grade, he just kept sending mixed signals. He dated a few of my friends, and he ended up telling me he liked me, but then wanting to date girls at the same time, and he was just a prick. So, yeah. What else? Okay, now my other friends. I had a couple of friends. I was friends in the beginning with this girl. Her name is Catherine. I'm only gonna use first names because I don't want to put people on blast. I won't use last names or anything. But I'll just only use. But I'm gonna use real first names. Okay. And I'm not gonna talk about everybody in this school. I could, but it's not really important. It doesn't add to the story. But just the ones like my friends, but not closely because. None of these people were real friends, in my opinion, because I'm not friends with them now. So they weren't real friends, but they were friends at the time. Let's put it that way, for the moment. So Catherine, actually there were 2 Catherines, but this we'll call it Catherine H. And if you've gone to Woods, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. There might be a few people who have gone to Woods who are watching this video, but oh well, I don't hang with anybody in that school. I don't care. If this upsets you. Personal problem, not mine. But anyway, so Catherine H. She was cool in the beginning, but later on, I'm just gonna give the brief stories because these could all be story times on their own. But again, if there's something I want to expand on, let me know in the comments below, and I will if it's important. If it's important to you, it's important to me, of course. I can do separate story times on these. But Catherine, I'm gonna do short versions because others will be here for like ever and ever and ever. Okay. But basically, short version is she was cool in the beginning, but I realized that she was just kind of replacing me with a friend that she had, and then when the friend came back to school, that following semester, she left me in the dust for her, and I just was like, fuck this bitch. And she turned on me and started calling me fake to people, and was a two-faced little bitch who licked everyone's asshole because she wanted to be popular, and the fact is she was not popular material at all. But anyway, that's not really important. Anyway, and then her karma was, I'm not gonna say, let's just say she had her own demons to deal with, let's put it that way. I could put her on blast, but I'm not going to. And then even worse, she ended up, she was just a nasty bitch. She tried to get people not to be my friend, and years, even after high school. Yeah. Another friend that I was really close to, which I need to bring up too. She told her to like not be my friend, and actually worked for a while, and she's actually one of the reasons why anyway, whatever, she's just a fucking bitch, okay? Alright, Catherine H. If you're watching this, Catherine H, you're a fucking bitch, but I don't really care. You called me fake anyway, so I'm being real, I'm telling you the truth now. Just wait, watch this video. She's a dumb bitch anyway. Anyway, who else? And then Catherine E, I was cool with, but she turned out to be a crazy psycho. Seeing imaginary people, a compulsive liar. We won't even go into that. But we were cool for a while, and then, whatever. Anyway, she was actually really good friends with this guy, Scott. And that didn't end up going well. I don't know. That Scott thing could be another story time. If you want me to do a story time just on him and detail of what happened, I can. And I might even do that, because that was the first guy that I thought I was in love with, so I might even do a whole story time on him. Because he doesn't deserve his own story time, but there's so much shit that happened for like 4 years with him. Let's see. Like 4 or 5 year span of him that I could do a whole story time on that. And he put me through fucking shit. Oh my God. He's like, 'cause he's like one of the first closeted guys that I was in a relationship with. Dating, kind of dating, if you want to call it that. I don't even know what the fuck it was. Well, I guess technically at the very end he was dating. But we'll get to that part during the college experience. Anyway, video. That's gonna be the next video in this series. Anyway, ugh. But anyway, the point is, back to the good part. I was popular, extremely. I was the most popular person in the school, all the way through high school. I would say the first year, I was liked and popular. I had no problems with anybody really. A few, run-ins, but I was friends with pretty much everybody. We were cool. The first year, so my sophomore year, 2006, 2007. Okay, there are two other people that you need to know about. Another person. Okay, the second person is Olivia. I won't say her last name. I'm just doing first names. Olivia. She was a really sweet girl. We were really good friends my sophomore year. Nothing really too much to say badly about her. It just didn't really work out. I was really close with her and her mom for a while. She ended up leaving school after the end of her sophomore year. It just didn't work out with her. I won't go into details with that, but we just stopped being friends eventually my junior year. When she left, we just stopped being as close. So I had her as a friend for a while, but she was very kind of shy into herself, and she was everything had to be her way or the highway, and I'm kind of the same way, so just, no. But anyway, so we stopped being friends for a while. She was a cute girl. We were friends for a while. She was cool, but she was kind of like, she's one of those people like friends have a season and a reason, and yeah. Anyway, and then we need to go to the next person. This person might be watching this video, so this might be a little awkward, but I don't give a fuck. Is what it is. Madison. Here we go. Oh my gosh. So, I mean, I could do a whole story time on our friendship too, but I'm just gonna wing this. Okay, like I said, if you want me to do a story time on some of these things, just let me know in the comments below. Like, give me a keyword, and I'll just do a story time on it later on. But I'm just gonna give you a short version. The short version of that is, I'll be really blunt. People didn't really like her very much, and I think I liked her. I'll tell you why. I liked her and I didn't. I had my own issues with her, but I liked her because the people in that school, they were cool in the beginning, but then they never really wanted to become personal with me. It was all like, hi, bye, hey, and that's it. Very on the surface. Nobody wanted to like hang out with me outside. There's a few people did, but I quickly found out that people were, so it was kind of like the popular, like you're popular, but people aren't that into you. Like you don't really have any deep connections with anybody, and it gets even more worse later on in senior year. But now I'm sticking to, this is all about just, I'm focusing on sophomore year now. We'll get to junior and senior year. These people get really, really two-faced and fake. Oh God. And then I get more of a bitch. But anyway, we're gonna get to that. Anyway. And I just give less and less fucks as we get into the year, into the years. But anyway, I don't know what that was. Oh, maybe that's the dishwasher. I don't know what the fuck that is. Anyway, sorry about that. There's always some noise going on. If it isn't the neighbors revving, it's the beeping. So it's what it is. Sorry about that. Oh, I gotta write down really quick before I forget. This is the 4th glass of water I've had today. Oh, chapstick is rolling around. Okay. Oh, it's like Efron. It's my background on my phone. He always is. He's so sexy. Okay, 4 glasses of water. Keeping track, baby, keeping track. Almost done with this. Water. Glass of water. Okay. So Madison. Yeah, people didn't like her very much. I liked her because she wanted to hang out with me. We went to Sonic, we would go hang around. She smoked. I'm not a huge, I don't smoke. I don't like smokers, but whatever. She was fun. We gossiped. We talked shit about people, and it was fun. We were kind of like I guess the mean, popular girls for a while. But then I could see early on, she kind of was like, she was cool with me, but then I always played second fiddle to her. If it was in her opinion, if someone else was a better person to hang out with, she would do them first, and I was always second fiddle. That's just my opinion. She even told me once that I'm just too innocent for her or something, or I don't know. So she was kind of a two-faced bitch in my opinion, but I don't know, whatever. We were fun. She was fun to hang out with, so we hung out. We'll get more to her later on because she is a drama. Okay. So I think that's about it. Oh, and let's talk about Patience. So Patience is the one that the Catherine H. Ugh, my God. Okay. Patience could be her whole story too. Oh my God. You'll hear about her a lot. In the next 3 videos. That's where. So I met her when I was, rewind. I met Patience. She actually goes by Rachel now, but I'll just call her Patience because that's what I knew her as. So there we go. I met her through a mutual friend, and I put friend in quotes, who was being tutored. Her name was, we'll call her Evi. That was her nickname, Evi. Her real name was Courtney, we'll call her Evi. Evi was being tutored in the same place that I was being tutored and homeschooled. And I met her in 2006. We went to the mall. She was very different than me. She was alternative. She was the opposite of popular. She was like a complete loser, just being honest. They kind of all were, to be honest. But Patience and me had something in common. So we became friends. Patience, basically, I found out that Patience is the kind of person, she kind of blends in with whoever is convenient. She kind of, whoever she's with, she emulates that person. So if you like something, I like that something too. And the next person, oh, I'm the same. Oh God, not a real person. It'd be so funny if I actually ended up hanging out with her again. This video. I don't really care. She probably won't ever see this, and if she does, sorry girl, but that's just my opinion. I just don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just gonna say what I want, but it's the truth. My truth, at least. Who else? Yeah. Oh, there's just so much to talk about. I'll never begin. Okay, so basically, I think that pretty much ends sophomore year. Oh yeah, so me and Patience became friends, and then I would hang out with her. She went to a different school than me. She couldn't afford to go to my school. No shade, she just couldn't. She was poor, to be honest. No, nothing wrong with that, but she was what, so she couldn't. And my school, everybody, you had to be upper middle or rich to be at my school. I mean, because you had to pay a lot of money to get in there and be in there. Every year, so yeah. What else? So she couldn't afford to go there, so, but we were still friends. We'd hang out, and that was, we had our, oh my God, ups and downs, and that's a whole different. Anyway, she ended up having her drama. We won't go into that. That's not really important to my story. If you want me to do a whole story time on that, I could, but it's really more her personal life, and I don't want to get into that. But she had her own problems with her family. Oh my God, okay. Yeah. Anyway, which kept things interesting, but yeah, anyway. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's just move this along. So I had, at the end of the sophomore year, me and Madison became close. We were kind of close in the beginning. We were cool in the beginning, then we kind of drifted apart for a few months. I had this huge 18th birthday party because I turned 18 my sophomore year. January, my sophomore year, 2007. At this point, I was still popular. Everyone, well, I was always popular, but people still liked me. I invited everyone to my party, and most people came. I came to Madison's party the weekend or 2 weekends before that, and she didn't come into mine, which is very telling, because she's a selfish bitch, in my opinion, Madison, in my opinion. She made some excuse why she couldn't come, but it's like, really? I don't know. She also said that she had a gift for me. She never ended up giving me a birthday gift. or anything. I knew who she was as a person, but she was still fun to hang out with, and nobody else was. I quickly found out that people in that school were really lame. I guess they didn't like me. I don't know, like, it just, I don't know. So I kind of grew to kind of like resent them, being like, ugh, whatever, I just have to be with you guys. So I was always very nice and cute with them, and but I was talking behind their backs because they were just a bunch of basic bitches in my opinion. Except for a few people who were cool, but we weren't that close. But I admired a few of them, I guess, a little bit. Very few. The rest of it is tolerated because I had to. But Madison made it tolerable. She was fun. She was kind of like, we were just like the mean popular girls. We were cool, but it was never a real friendship in my opinion. Anyway, also she was very controlling and everything had to be her way, and I'm the same way, and it's like, it was never meant to be. You'll find it later in the story. Later in the stories, this and that friendship was doomed anyway. But anyway, but it was fun for a while. Okay, so now I think that's it for 2007, from what I remember. If I remember anything else, I'll tell you later. Now, 2007, 2008, junior year. Second term. So, all the seniors left, and it was just, the juniors became the seniors. So Scott and Catherine E. and all those people became seniors. I became a junior, finally, in my grade, and then all the freshmen became sophomore, and then we had a whole group of freshmen coming in. And then we had new sophomores, and I think 1 or 2 new juniors, I believe. And this school, a sister Montessori school to ours, closed down, and a lot of them ended up transferring to our school. So we got a huge influx of people from the school, I think called St. Stephen's Episcopal, I think it's called. And so we got a lot of people from there, and a lot of them were different and drama and crazy. So 2007 became... Madison and me were still cool for a while. At this point, I was a junior, and I had really, everybody was just all fake to me, so I was fake to them. And I guess people did not like me, but I was still popular, but I became, instead of the popular person everyone liked, I was the popular girl. By the way, at this time, I was going back and forth from girl to guy. Like, I would dress as a girl sometimes and a guy sometimes in my high school experience. Because I discovered it in, freshman year, and I was like, oh, I wanted to do it again. And then like just like now, I would do Michaela, but I wouldn't be called Michaela, I would call Michael all the time. Just like now, I think if I go back to girlier stuff, I would still be called Michael. I don't think I'll go back to Michaela as a name. I'm over that. I might take a break to go pee later in the middle of the story. I don't know. But what else? In fact, should I just pee now? Okay, I'm gonna take a break to pee, you guys, and then we'll do junior and senior year. Okay, because there's a lot to get to. Trust me on that. Okay, so BRB. Hey guys. Okay, so I'm back. Had to go to the potty to pee, girl. Okay, there we go. Well, this water, girl, running through me. So where were we? Junior year. So yeah, I just realized that everybody was just they were like very standoffish. We were like, oh hi, but they didn't want to be my friends. I was like, fuck it, so I'll be a hi. And they were just very annoying. They had their own dramas, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not close to people, so I have no loyalty to them, so I'll talk shit, because they're annoying and they're basic, so I talked shit about them, and I became known as a gossip, which was ironic because they would all gossip too, but apparently I was the gossip of the school. So I became known as like, I guess like the sassy gay guy who, I don't know, did whatever the hell he wanted, and I dressed up as a girl, sometimes I dressed up as a guy, I wore cute clothes, I was very stylish, trendy, kind of like now. Yeah, I did whatever the fuck I wanted. And I was just kind of like over it at this point. I was like, well, these people are fake. So I was nice to everybody to their face, but I would talk shit behind their backs. I would gossip. I don't care. Like I said, I had no loyalty to them. Like, why should I don't care. If I heard something, I'd be like, girl, I don't give a fuck. And yeah, Madison and me, we ended up not being friends anymore. She had her own drama. I won't go into that. It's her life, her personal life. But she ended up leaving that school, moving away for a while and whatever. And then we ended up keeping in contact here and there, but yeah. And then maybe if I remember, I'll briefly address her in my college experience video. And in my other videos, but nothing really much happened after that. I just realized that she will never change. And she ended up being very, very demanding, and she also took advantage of me in a way. She wanted me to, like, I don't know. She thought I was her little sucker and her little bitch. And for a while I did it because I thought it was, I don't know, I didn't mind it. But then she took advantage of my kindness, and I was like, no girl, no, we're not doing that. So basically the bottom line is she wanted to be the top queen bee, and I was the queen bee. I'm always the queen bee. And two queen bees fighting for the same light is never gonna work. And yeah, I think I've even told her that to her face. So no hard feelings if she's watching this video. Madison, watch this video, no hard feelings. We had fun times, but let's face it, girl, you're never gonna change. And I'm never gonna change. We're both very stubborn. We're both queen bees. So it's best that we're not friends anymore. I think she's probably watching this because I know she watches my videos sometimes, but anyway, no hard feelings, girl. And no shade to anybody in this video, like, it's just my opinions. Is what it is. Okay, I guess we'll end her saga there. I mean, there's a lot more to say about that, but this video, I don't want this video to be 4 hours long. Okay, what else? Scott. More flirtatiousness. End of sophomore year, he ended up telling me that he loved me or something, giving me presents for my birthday, for my 18th birthday. He came to my party, but he told me he'd never been with a guy before, and blah, 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 I don't know. He was just very wishy-washy. So I dealt with that. When Madison ended up leaving, I didn't really have anyone close to that I was close to, so I kind of just became like the popular person who just didn't really have many friends, but everyone knew and I guess respected, but I wasn't really close to anybody, so I kind of drifted from group to group and did my own thing and whatever. I made some superficial friends. Molly, I was okay with this girl named Molly. Yeah, I had a few crushes on boys. Me and this friend, I became closer to Amanda, Emily, Deetria, people like that. I don't know, but nothing really like too extreme. Like we were just cool. I was cool with a few people. I kind of drifted from group to group. People in my grade were so two-faced and annoying, so I couldn't even stand them. So I was friends with people mostly in other grades. Anyway, let's fast forward that. And I had a lot of friends from like the middle school. I don't know, for some reason I always was friends with younger kids. I don't know. It worked out for me then, I guess. I don't know. I've always had people friends. Back then at least, I had people who was always younger. I don't know. I think people my age just annoyed me. I don't know. So I was friends with people in the middle. Oh my god, it's stuttering. In the middle school. And we'll get to that in the last segment of the story time. Of the experience. So let's fast forward to that. So I was friends with a lot of people in the 8th grade. Of the same school I was in, but they were in different buildings. Okay. So we hung out, everything. Okay. I think that's all I have to say from what I remember. I'm sure I'm leaving a lot of details out, but I'm just doing the cliff notes here. Okay, now 2007, 2008, junior year. Now senior year. The seniors were now gone. Scott, Catherine, yeah. Fuck, I said her last name. Fuck it. Catherine E. Yeah, she's gone. Catherine H is still in my grade. Oh, fortunately. What else? Yeah, so the juniors were gone. They were all pretty much lame anyway. Sorry, the original juniors who were seniors are now gone. We are now seniors, so now this is my senior year. The sophomores are now juniors. The freshmen are now sophomores, and then there's a whole new group of freshmen. And oh my god, here we go. So I started off the year. I had this 8th grader named Audrey. We became friends. She was cool in the beginning. She kind of reminded me like a Madison, but like a more innocent, naive version of Madison. She was okay, kind of a little bit awkward. But I ended up, okay, now this is when I really became like, I was still popular, but now I had a clique and a popular group, like a bitchy mean group. And we became like the bitchy mean group in the school, my senior year. And it was, I'll just say everyone's first name, not last name. So it was me and a lot of the freshmen, for some reason. A few, and then some people drifted in and out, but the main group was me, Audrey, these twins named Badr and Jamana, Corinne, Christian, Yeah, that was the main group of 6. And then there were people who would drift in and out. Like Robert, John, Amanda, Rachel, people would drift in and out. But we were the main group. And that was really fun. We were like really snobby, rich bitches. We would always wear designer labels and on-trend things and make fun of everybody. And I was just, at that point, I was just like, fuck it. I didn't like being in school. I had 1 more year left. I was like, I'm just gonna have my mean girl year, we'll have fun with, and then leave, bounce. And that's what I did. I made fun of people, I spread rumors, talked shit. No one confronted me about it because no one dared. What were they gonna do? Fight me? Bitch, I don't give a fuck. And I was a bitch. And I was a bitch to people in my group, they were bitch to me. It was very toxic. The other things that I could say, but I don't wanna say it. There's this one, oh god. You know what, I'm not gonna say it. I don't think he'll ever watch this video, but there's one member of the group that, in my experience, I think he's a closeted homosexual, in my opinion. Actually, more than one in that group. I'm not gonna say anyone's name, but me and that person became really good friends for a while, but then fizzled out after a couple of years. And we didn't date, but it felt like we were dating for a while, but we didn't actually date. I think he's closeted. I still text him from time to time. I have his number, but nothing happened between us, but we were very flirtatious for a while, and I think he's bi or gay, in my opinion. One of those people. There's one I'm talking about, and another one I think he's bi or two. Actually, I think several members of the group I think was bi or gay. But I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna brush over that kind of vague because that's not my place either. But anyways, we were cool for a while, but very toxic kind of group, to be honest. We'd brag about labels, and we were just mean bitches. And it was fun at the time, but looking back, it was very toxic. Yeah, I was a bitch. I don't really care. There was drama, but I mean, we don't have to get into all that. But I think that's about it for this. I'm trying to think of anything else. Me and Madison hung out a few times that year, but we weren't really close. We were just okay for a little bit. We hung out every now and then. But of course, she left the school permanently her sophomore year and my junior year, so she was gone. She didn't last very long. She only lasted a year, and she left. And she did other things. We hung out every now and then. I was mostly friends with this group, and then me and Patience were friends still. And I guess we'll bring Nadia into this. So I met Nadia actually the summer in between junior and senior year, 2008. And then, there we go, 2008, 2009. So me and Nadia we were cool. We met a couple times, hung out a few times through Patience, mutual friend. I guess now you know who that is. And we were cool. We were cool for about a month or so, and then we kind of drifted apart. And then we ended up being close, but when me and her became really close the first time was college, but we'll talk about that more in college. So anyway, let's just talk to high school. But in high school, me and Nadia, we hung out a few times summer of 2008, and then yeah, that's about it. Okay, and then we kind of reconnected at like end of my senior year, but we started hanging out that summer after high school, and then that's going to be the beginning of the next one, the next saga in the story, which I'm not doing tonight, by the way. I'm going to do that some other time. This is the last video I'm going to do tonight. I'm over it now. Because I want to film more videos tomorrow night. When I get back from the mall, I'm going to film mall haul and maybe 2 or 3 other videos, so we'll see. Okay. Is there anything else I want to say? I think that's about it, really. Basically, bottom line, I don't really talk to anybody from the school anymore. There is one person, which I won't say, who went to my school, and she's actually kind of famous now. I'll just say her name, Dorian. I know Dorian watches my videos, and we're cool on Instagram and stuff. So she is actually a pop star now, and she's really famous, and she tours, and she's really fabulous, and I adore her. She's one of the few that I admire from that school. And yeah, so I know she says she watches my videos, so hey girl, if you're watching this video. Yeah. She was always great in high school, and she's still fabulous, even more fabulous than then. But she was always fabulous, so She was one of the people that I did admire in that school. One of the few. Trust me on that. What else? And she was always very nice. Always very, very pleasant and nice. Never had a mean thing to say about anybody. She was just so nice. Very pleasant, very nice girl. She always was fabulous. Yeah. What else? So yeah, anybody else famous? I think she's the only person famous in my school that you guys maybe would know in the LGBT community. During Electra, if you didn't know what I'm talking about. I don't know if that she goes by that Electra name anymore, but I don't know. But I follow her on Instagram. I always like her pictures and stuff, and she likes my pictures too. So I'm friends with her on Instagram. As my tummy is rumbling. Ugh. Okay, what else can I say? What else can I say? I think that's about it. I think that's the highlights. I don't remember anything else. I mean, there's little things I can say here and there, but that's not going to add to the story, you know? Yeah. Anyway, one more time, is there anything you want me to expand on? Like, when we do like a whole story time on me and Scott and her ups and downs? Because let me know in the comments below and I will. Or anything else for that matter. If you want me to expand on anything else in a story time, if there's more of the story, I will expand on it. What is that? Oh, that's just the chimney. I was like, what is that dark spot there? Just the chimney. The fireplace. But yeah, I think that's about it. That's pretty much it. And I graduated in 2009, senior year. And I was there. Anyway, the next phase of the story, the next video to this saga will be college, which was 2009 to 2012. And that involves, you'll meet another really good friend of mine at the time, who maybe one day I'll connect with, but we don't really talk anymore. We became really good friends. Me and Nadia for a while, but then we didn't talk for a long time. And then what else? College, drinking. I found the bottle and I didn't stop. My binge drinking years. And I went to college, which was a complete flop, but yeah, it was interesting. I discovered the gay bars, the clubs, gained a lot. Oh, I didn't say about my weight. Just kept getting, I kept gaining more of my weight in high school. I found Torrid in high school, thanks to Madison, so thanks for that. Yeah, and actually that's one thing about Madison. I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing, but she encouraged me to kind of like, fuck it. You can be plus size and fabulous, which is good, but then the bad thing, I stopped yo-yo dieting and I just started gaining. Sophomore, junior, and senior, I just kept gaining, and I got up to 240 plus pounds by end of senior year. And I was the same height as now as then. I think maybe like an inch shorter. So I was already pretty fat. And then in college, I gained another 90 pounds. Yeah. So the binge eating continued in college and even more after that. And then, but that's going to be into the next one. So anyway, 2 more videos left in this series. I'm going to do college years and then 2012 to now, which is going to be more recent history. So yeah, 2 more videos in this series coming, but I filmed 2 today, so we'll see. Excuse me. Maybe next week I'll film another. The college years. We'll see. But I hope you enjoyed this series so far. I'm having a lot of fun reliving all these experiences. To anybody I mentioned in this video, if you're watching this video, no shade, no harm in this video. It's all in the past. You know, it's what it is. Just my opinions. There's the people who might watch this video who I knew in high school. Maybe some people that I don't even know watch this. I don't know. I don't care. I don't really give a fuck. I don't really have any friends, so it's not like I'm kind of like burning any bridges, so I don't really care. It's my opinion. They know that I'm a blunt ass bitch. I say what I want. And it's just my truth. And they can disagree with me if they want. I'm sure they have their side of the stories. But this is my side of the story, and I'm not gonna go into detail unless you guys want me to for certain experiences. Let me know in the comments below for me to expand on anything, and I will expand on it in another story time. I'm repeating myself. I'm gonna go. I'll see you in the next video. I'm done for the night because my feet are starting to tingle. I've been sitting up on this floor for too long, girl. So I'm just gonna wrap it up for the night. And it's late, probably like 8:30 or something at night. What time is it? Yeah. Oh my gosh, almost 9 o'clock at night. So almost 9 o'clock at night. So I'm gonna get the hell out of here, girl. So, ooh, Zac Efron, look at me in my phone. Okay. Anyway, I just want to say thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Until next time. Bye, guys.